What is going on, Bull Nation, and welcome to another Destiny 2 video. In today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how to complete the Leviathan raid prestige mode. This guide will cover every single individual aspect of the raid, plus I'll also be providing you with tips and preferred loadouts for each encounter. Not only that, but I am going to make life super easy on you guys because I am going to give you the best tips and the best strategies to actually completing this, either if you're a Novik or a pro player. So please, if you find this guide helpful, informative, please share this with your friends so you and your teammates could be prepared to actually complete the prestige mode. I have to say, out of all the raids that Bungie has put together, this by far has got to be one of the most complex and one of the most difficult raids to complete, especially when helping people out. The reason is because it's highly dependent on everybody to avoid making mistakes. If someone makes a mistake, it actually affects the rest of the team. So this guide is going to be composed to avoid you being the person that actually causes your team to wipe or restart the encounter. But before we get started, I do want to take this time to say thank you guys for all your support. Thank you guys for helping out in Patreon, and also you guys that now that we are sponsored with YouTube that have decided to join the sponsor team. Thank you very much. You guys are extremely amazing. Thank you for allowing me to actually bring my emotes into YouTube. You guys are extremely awesome. If you guys would like to join Patreon or the YouTube sponsor, make sure you guys check the links down below. But let's go ahead and get started with this video. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. So let's talk about what is the difference between the prestige mode and the regular mode. There's going to be two things that are going to be extremely different this time around as opposed to the normal mode. One thing is that you cannot have designated runners. That means everybody in your fire team must be prepared to run. And number two is not only after you punch a scion, there's going to be a projection that spawns on your designated side that you're going to have to shoot in order to complete this option. Those are the only two major differences in this encounter, apart from the enemies being stronger and smarter. Tip number one, before you get the encounter started, you must designate people their roles, and these are the roles you're going to be designating. You're going to split yourselves in teams of 3, so if you're in a fire team of 6, make sure you make 2 groups. We're going to start off with team 1 being team A and team B. Each team will be consisted of 3 individual people. Of course, we're going to have team A with player 1, player 2, and player 3. We're going to have team B with player 1, player 2, and player 3. Seeing how everybody has to run at a specific time zone, you are going to be designated. If you're player 1, you're going to be the first one to run. Player number 2, you're going to be the second one to run. And player number 3, you're going to be the third one to run. The reason why we're split into teams of 3 is because there's only 2 portals that you're able to go into. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to set everybody up in each individual platform the following way. Each team of 3 is going to be responsible for 2 symbols. So when you split your teams, you're going to have to designate which symbols they're in charge. Of course, remember, the symbols are the following. We have gauntlets, we have sun, we have dogs, and we have cup. The 2 portals that you're able to go through are cup and dogs. If you are player 1 on your designated team, you are going to be in charge of running first. If you're player number 2, you are going to be in charge of shooting the triangles. And if you're player number 3, you're going to be in charge of shooting the triangles from your platform to the other person's platform. Now, there's 2 ways of strategies people like to run this. I always like to use the one that's less complicated, and that is the one where you stay stationary in your platform and shoot across to your buddy's platform. This strategy makes things less confusing, and it makes it more efficient when you're actually doing it the right way. Now, a quick recap on how this strategy works. So once you have player 1 from team A and player 1 from team B go inside and start running, that player will start at dogs if he's on the top side, and that player will stop on cups if he's in the bottom. He'll call out his symbol. Player number 3 will then have to shoot the triangle that he's in charge of, which should be bottom. And if you're on dog side, you're always going to be shooting the top triangle. So for example, if a player were to call out that is running dog middle, player 2 will shoot the top and player 3 will shoot the bottom one, skipping the middle one because that was the one that was called out. Now remember, in prestige mode, there is also going to be a scion that you're going to have to be in charge of. So if when player 1 goes through dogs, player number 2 will jump down, punch his scion, and player number 3 will be in charge to shoot the projection that will spawn in the dog side. Once the player number 1 runs through sun, he will then go ahead and do the call out. Let's say he says sun bottom. Then player number 2 will then go ahead and shoot the top one. Player number 3 will shoot the middle one, go down, punch his scion, and player number 2 will have to be in charge of shooting the scion that's going to be on the sun side. Now remember, you are going to need to do this 3 times, 3 different cycles where player 1 goes first, player number 2 goes first, and player number 3 goes third. And you just got to cycle and rotate each player to each individual platform. Always remembering which triangle to shoot. Remember, if you are on the place where you pick up the orb, you are always going to be top. And if you're the player that's not where you pick up the orb, you are always going to be bottom. Once you've done this phase 3 times, you will then have to do the next step, which is the running. And that is when everybody's going to run. Remember how in the beginning I said we were going to split ourselves in Team A and Team B? Well, this will make life a lot more easier because now that you're set up in teams, you can just say Team A, you're going to be in charge of getting the first set of orbs. Team B, you'll be in charge of getting the second one. Team A, you're in charge of the third one. And Team B, you're in charge of the fourth one. Since you're already split into teams, you don't need to start making calls. Hey, I'm going to grab this orb, I'm going to do this, because you already know who's grabbing first. Only thing that you have to do is that when you're running, just call out which orb you're going to be picking up, and the other 3 are just going to be quiet, waiting for you to do your callouts. That way, nobody confuses themselves on this orb that's completed. If no one has died by the time you get to this phase, only 3 people need to make it across before the time runs out. If someone died, then it's going to be a total of 4 people that are going to have to make it across and slam the orb to complete the encounter. And that, my friends, is how you complete the Prestige Gauntlet encounter. I hope you found this video and this guide informative. I hope it helps you, not only you, but it also helps your teammates if you're having a hard time completing gauntlets. And do remember, guys, share this video with your friends so they can know how to do the gauntlets. So when you guys go ahead and assemble your team or get your fire team ready, you guys will have a clear idea of what everybody's role is and how to avoid being wiped out in the gauntlet phase. Don't forget to sub to the channel so you guys can stay up to date to all the latest guides we'll have for you guys on how to complete the Prestige mode and a lot more stuff regarding Destiny 2. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.